Splendid! Splendid.
Oh my god, he's a role player. He's the Vault Tech representative. God dang it, dude. He's the Vault Tech representative. I need registration papers.
Good morning, Vault-Tec calling.
God
You can't
dang
begin
it.
to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I'm here today to tell you that because of your
Here,
family
let me get
service
that
to
note
our
down.
country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
Wait, where's the top?
No idea.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo today. Today is going to be another build video, which I know a lot of you guys just ate up the other build video. So this build video it took me a while, and I actually got my character to be close to the build that I'm actually going to be displaying on screen now. And it is going to be a very, very, very viable shotgun build, especially if you're going to be still using the two-shot explosives after the update, because they're going from a 200 percentile damage to all the way down to 45% with nerfing both the two-shot and the explosive. So we're going to get into it. The first thing that you're going to be needing is that you're going to need to have Barbarian 3, Fireproof 3, Adamantium Skeleton 3, Demo Expert 5, Dodgy 3, Evasive 3, and Serendipity, and of course Class Freak and Starch Jeans. Those are just a common that you always need for everything else. Then the next things that you're going to be needing is either a Assassin Sentinel if you choose to do PvP for the new PvP servers, or you're going to be having a Unyielding Sentinel or Cavalier depending on your playstyle and how jumpy you like to be in Fallout 76. So the reason why I say these kind of combinations is because they all work together with this build. This build is more flexible than the last build video that I have, and still be able to be permissible to have 60 plus strength if you have a Unyielding Sentinel / Cavalier full build that also has plus strength or plus agility, preferably all to have one of a certain type. So after that, the other things that you're going to still be needing to have, depending on your build set, is that you're going to be needing to have, of course, a bobblehead of either a explosive category or a strength category. Tesla Science 3 still. I still like Tesla Science 3 pretty good. Overdrive or Excel when it comes to that. But if you're in a Unyielding Sentinel or Unyielding Cavalier build, Rad Shield is still needed, as well as Toxic U with resetting yourself if you're not like close to a nuke zone and you're doing PvP stuff. So I like to have that kind of stuff as a quick set. Still having a Nuka Dark and a Nuka Grape, kind of if you want to like scrub yourself in the field and heal yourself, especially if you are a Assassin Sentinel build versus a Radium Rifle or a Gamma Gun. Again, I like Nuka Grape when it comes to that because it's a hard counter as well as you're healing yourself again, especially if you don't have healing factor. Okay, so the mutations that I actually chose for this is the same ones that I had before. Adrenal Reaction, Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Grounded, Marsupial, Scaly Skin, and Speed Demon. Again, I mainly have a lot of this that would be working the same as well because it really jives well together. It's something that can be very permissible when it comes to a PvP environment. And something that I would like to pick up is actually a two-shot Gamma Gun because you're accommodating for rads now instead of other damage. And if you're able to kill somebody with rads versus a actual Sentinel or Assassin build, then you can actually counter that if you have that same build armor type, and then you have a Gamma Gun, because then you can just be able to be unkillable yourself, and you're going to be able to kill that person as well in its entirety. Again, very important if you're going to be wanting to do that. The other kind of counter that you also have for these types of builds, and this is kind of why I want to lead on to this, is that while you're jumping, you pretty much become invulnerable with Assassin Sentinel. I cannot confirm with Cavalier since I only have 2 pieces. Okay, so the next thing that I would like to go over is exactly what you would actually be retaining when it comes to like this kind of combination build set, and with like what the counters are. So the big counter again is a Assassin's Cavalier melee build, which also can also fit in the same formula as this build. It is probably, again, still one of the best builds that you can possibly have, because again, you have shotgun in strength, you have melee in strength, and you also have heavy guns in strength. You have 3 different variety types. So again, it's a more of a versatile build that you can actually have. And I've always been stressing over a strength build because you can also have more carry weight on top of everything else, especially while not being in power armor. Again, this all resumptuates around not having power armor on top of everything else. So, things that you have to look out for while you're out there in the world. I've seen a lot of people having these assassin builds and assassin sentinel builds and an unyielding sentinel or unyielding cavalier builds with high holy shit bounties on the servers. Anywhere from like 300. I think I saw a person with 6,000 cap bounty, and then there was 4 people that were doing an experiment to see on if I would kill that person, even though they did not know that I was also an assassin sentinel cavalier. I wish I got the footage for that, but I don't have it right now. So again, if you have the shotgun availability, I would have all the shotgunner 3 perks, as well as scattershot and also skeet shooter 1, 2, or 3. Again, it all depends on how well Demo Expert is going to scale. It doesn't look that well for what we can actually see in the patch notes, so I digress. Other things that you would actually look out for is Tenderizer 1. Tenderizer 1 is that they receive 5% more damage in 5 seconds. Okay, most of the damage is actually received in 5 seconds or less in most PvP situational battles. So you're going to actually have that as well. Now, the reason why Serendipity is on this list, and some of you guys might be wondering, why not Bloody Mess? It's 15% more damage. The reason why is that you can actually have it procced if you fall below 30% of your health, and you gain 45% chance to avoid damage if you fall 30% health. This is for those unyielding, as well as also the Cavalier builds that are going to be doing PvE farming and environments. This is so that you can actually become more of a tank than what you were prior. It's very useful, especially in this situation, and for the amount of damage that you could actually be getting, 15% is a lot, yes. But at the same time, if that does matter to you in that particular sense with the unyielding sentinel, then I would switch that card out if you want to have that away. Same thing with Dodgy. Dodgy can also be a benefactor for you, but if you are having more of a luck build for this kind of overall template that I've been assigning this kind of preset, then you won't need Dodgy. But Dodgy I would still recommend, especially in a PvP, and including a PvE environment, especially if you're not going to be using VATS. It's very important because, again, if you have a 2-shot explosive weapon, sometimes both of the bullets don't even hit the target at all, and it goes completely around the target. Again, that's why most people are going to be wanting to have bloodied explosive when it comes to a PvE min-max unyielding build when it comes to this kind of setup. Again, we're going for maximum absorption and as much damage as we can put onto our character. So putting this kind of combination together is exactly what you can actually achieve in this kind of situation. Okay, and also a few other things before we finish off is that, one, Marathoner works pretty well. I would just put like 1 card, maybe 2 cards or something like that in this type of build. Also, Gunsmith 5, if you're going to have 10 points in intelligence for this build, Very recommended because I don't like weapons breaking. I really hate weapons breaking. Same thing with melee weapons if you choose to have this build in the melee weapon type. So that's pretty much that. And then you also have maybe if you want to use the tank killer. Tank killer also works with the combat shotgun just barely, but it actually works while versing a guy in Assassin's Sentinel builds. He actually does more damage to me versus something else. And I've just found that that was actually pretty cool to actually see that kind of combination work with this kind of build. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, and definitely subscribe because you guys have just been killing it. I mean, it's probably going to be like 6,000 soon, and I'm going to be like, holy shit, thank you guys so much for all the support, love, and everything else that you've been doing. If you guys like to actually support me more and actually help me pay for my rent, there's a Patreon down below. But I mean, that's optional, and I just say thank you for everybody for watching this kind of stuff and making my channel grow. Have a good one, guys.